Hey everyone, this is Paul with EnergyRevivalPro.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make some sauerkraut. You want to get all organic vegetables for this. You want to stay away from the pesticides. So get organic cabbage. Onions already come organic because it has so many different layers on it that you don't really have to worry about the pesticides, and same with the garlic. So mainly just get some organic cabbage. Now you can add other vegetables if you'd like. I usually do carrots in mine as well. But I've come to find out just the onions, the garlic, and the cabbage add a really good flavor to the sauerkraut. I was thinking while I was chopping this up that if you don't like garlic or onions, then you don't have to put those in. I just like the flavor of them personally. So you can do just the cabbage and it's completely fine that way. But other vegetables will add just a different flavor to it. You can add herbs as well. Alright, so the first step is we want to take off the first two leaves on the cabbage. So there's going to be these two outer leaves that you can take off, and then cut out the core of the cabbage right there. After you're done with that, there's two steps that you can do. One, you can get your food processor and chop the cabbage up into small bits. Or you can just do it by hand, just chop it up with a knife. It's a little bit more time consuming doing that, but either works. If you choose to go the food processor route, just chop them up into chunks like this, and then you can just put it inside like that, and then just blend it up. I have the garlic cloves in there, and then I'll also put the onions, and you can just chop it up. After you're done, this is kind of the texture that you're going to be wanting, and then you can also add in the garlic and the onions in with this as well, kind of have it all mixed up together. So the next step, you will be basically squishing this cabbage and getting all the liquid out of it. And in order to do that, you're going to put salt into it to be able to help extract that liquid from the cabbage. Also at this time, you're wanting to be putting any herbs that you want. I do caraway seed, you can do dill, you can do basil, you can do peppermint, whatever you feel like you want to put in there. To just kind of experiment. There's really no right or wrong way to do this part. The rule of thumb for the amount of salt that you want to put in is about 1 tablespoon per head of cabbage. So I kind of just start sprinkling it in there, and then kind of just start meshing it with your hands. You want to get all this liquid out. I usually do it for about a good 10 to 15 minutes of just squeezing it like this. You just want to squeeze it with both hands and just pull out all that liquid. So if you don't want to sit there and squeeze it with your hands, you can get one of these mashers. You can get these on Amazon. It's just a sauerkraut mallet, you can call it that. You just sit there and just kind of mash it with this, because it can really wear down your hands sitting there for a good 15 or so minutes squeezing it with your hands. So just mash it with this, and you'd have to do it for a little bit longer, but just sit there and mash it for about 15-20 minutes until it's really juicy, and then we'll go to the next step. After you've extracted all the liquid from it, it should be pretty flat, and then you should be able to just see all the liquid come out. That's kind of what you're looking for. It's really liquidy. We want all that juice extracted from that. Okay, after you're all done mashing that up and extracting the liquid from the cabbage, your next step is to add your probiotic. This is also your starter culture. There are probiotic on the cabbage, but I want to guarantee that it ferments and we get a really good batch of it, so I always add a probiotic into it. All you need to do is just add probably a tablespoon or less, actually probably a little bit less, probably half a tablespoon into this, just like so. And then you want to just gently fold it and mix that into the sauerkraut. After you add the probiotic, the last step is to put it in your jar. So I have this bucket. You can also put it in a mason jar, whatever type of jar you have. You can just put it in that. The main thing you want to have happen is you want the sauerkraut, or you want the cabbage, to be below this liquid right here. You want to be able to have that be below it the whole time it ferments. And you can, while it's fermenting, if the cabbage does pop up above the brine, then you can just push it back down and kind of reseal it. If you have a mason jar or something like that, just get a plastic bag, put some rocks in it to be able to hold the cabbage down underneath the brine. Yeah, just use your imagination and try and find something to be able to hold it down underneath this liquid right here. If you do have this bucket, it's pretty simple. All you do is push this sealer down on top of it, and it makes it airtight. So this is what it should look like after you have the sealer or the weights on top of the cabbage. You want to have that brine give that airtight environment. So this little container works out perfect for it. You can kind of see the liquid coming up right there. You just plug it up. It creates a perfect environment for that probiotic to start growing. Just leave it on your counter for about a week to 2 weeks, and just kind of check on it every day, see how it's going. If there is mold growing on it, don't worry, you can just scrape that off and it's totally fine. It doesn't ruin the whole batch. Just take off the mold. It's kind of like a piece of bread. If you take off the mold where it's molding, it's fine. The rest of it is completely fine. And then after it's done fermenting, you can just put it in your fridge and it's ready to go. Eat it right before your meals. That's a really good way to do it. So that way the probiotics can get in your stomach and prepare your stomach to break down food and to deliver it to where it's supposed to go. Hope this video has been informational, and have a good day.